Oh, it says it's starting. I don't like this freaking cord in my face. That ain't right. The Tool Show is about to start. As soon as I adjust my thing. Move. Move back. Move back. Nope. 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 That's better. This is very important. There we go. There it is. That's what I'm talking about. Hold on, let me listen. There we go. There it is. Excellent. Excellent. The Tool Show is about to begin as soon as I tidy up a little bit more. You know, I use this opportunity to, make things nice. Yeah, hold on. Wait for it. Bam! All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get this show on the road. Let me turn down my music. Let me turn that off. And without further ado, hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Tool Show. Bam! What is up? Welcome to the Tool Show. How the heck are you? But you are pouring in. I don't know where he is. Oh, there he is. There he is. What is that? Is that a mascot? Like, what is that creature you have on your shirt there? Is that a baboon? A tool? What is it?
It's a mandrill.
A mandrill? Is that like why would I know what a mandrill is? Is that a operating system or something? Is that some geeky thing I should be tied into that I don't understand?
Yes.
Dang it. You always are so cool. Welcome to the Tool Show. It looks like a baboon. I agree, Pam Hoffman. I agree. All right, we have to get everything situated. How the heck are you, everybody? My name is Sage. That's not Sage. His name is Greg. I don't know why. Every time with that. How do you enjoy our new lighting? I feel like our new lighting is good.
It's nice.
It's better. I don't know. Do you like our new lighting? We actually spent 5 minutes working on our lighting. Novel. Trying to make the best show on the internet. Anyways, half hour of your life you'll never get back. We typically talk about marketing or talk about anything that we want and then proclaim it's marketing. You know, that's pretty much the whole story of this. Thrilling show today. Thrilling.
I'm thrilled at it.
Yeah. The Cacophony Society. I hadn't heard of them until this morning. Had you heard of them? It says, Jim says my hat is shadowing my face. I know, Jim. I'm not very good. No,
I'm not taking it off.
Wow, it looks like my hairline's too high.
Here, why'd you do this? Am I gonna hurt you?
You're not gonna hurt me. Oh, that's nice. That's perfect. That's the look I've been going for. It's kind of like a quirky British sea captain.
British. It's
Hello
sort of
there.
British.
Hello, good man. What's up with you? I sort of feel like somebody from a weird Monty Python movie.
Yeah, you put
I
it back.
say, bring out your dead, damn it. There we go. I know. Look, I'm not very good at lighting. It's very complicated. Anyways, it's too much. Anyways, Jim says, I hadn't heard of them until you told me. Well, I'm glad. Scanworks, I think it's so cute when you groom each other. I know, it's a baboon themed show. That's better, you hoodlum. Yes, indeed. Jim Franklin, I still owe you your gift certificate, by the way. Just email me if you won't. Anyways.
What are we talking about, Slick?
So let me tell you the story here.
Tell me the story.
Okay, I was listening to one of my favorite podcasters, Duncan Trussell, a comedian / hippie / drug addict, pretty much my favorite kind of human. And he introduced me. He went to Burning Man.
They can't see you.
I know. Okay. I don't know if this is even useful to see, really, because it's going to be a podcast. You've heard of Burning Man.
Yep.
It's out in the desert. Just ended, actually.
And one guy has a bad time every year.
Really?
Well, they burn him.
Oh, that's true. It does suck to be that guy. Have you ever wanted to go to Burning Man?
Yeah.
Yeah, we should go.
No.
No, of course not. At 5 o'clock, our friendship is over. It's like those two dogs in the it's a Bugs Bunny commercial. Like those two sheep dogs, like hi Sam, hi Jock. And they go and then they just beat up Wile E. Coyote their entire shift. Yep. That's like it. When the bell ends, when the whistle blows, our friendship's over until 8 a.m. the next day when we're best friends. So anyways, yes. So he went to Burning Man. This Duncan Trussell guy.
Okay.
Because he's cooler than us and he lives his life unlike us. Anyways, so he went and he learned about the Cacophony Society. And here I'll show you the Wikipedia here. I'll show you the Wikipedia. It is a randomly, that's very big, a randomly gathered network of free spirits united in the purpose of experiencing beyond the pale of mainstream society. It was started in 1986 by the surviving member of the now defunct Suicide Club of San Francisco. Might have just run out of members. I don't really know. Cacophony has been described as an indirect culture jamming outgrowth of the Dada movement. If you are familiar with 20th century art, you might know the Dadas. They're kind of crazies. The Situationists, I don't know them. One of its central concepts is the trip to the zone or zone trip inspired by the film Stalker by Andrei Tarkovsky. According to the self-designated members of the society, you may already be a member. The anarchic nature of the society means that membership is left open-ended and anyone may sponsor an event, though not every idea pitched garners attendance by members. Cacophony events often involve costumes and pranks in public spaces and sometimes going into places that are generally off-limits to the public. Cacophonists have been known to regale Christmas shoppers with improvised Christmas carols while dressed as Santa Claus. One of the examples that he gave in his podcast was called the Salmon Run, where people dress up as salmon and run a 5K race backwards. Pretty clever, I think.
You know what I would do?
What would you do?
I would put the costume on backwards and run forward.
Clever. That would be even better. That would be better. That would be a completely legitimate, awesome cacophonous experience. So this is what Duncan Trussell did this last week, I believe.
Quite inspired by this book, Tales of the Cacophony Society. And so to further research this society, I decided, along with a group of other people, some of who shall not be named, to try to put on something of a cacophonist event at Noshingimbibing, which is a bar in the very front of Gelson's. This podcast is in no way sponsored by Noshingimbibing or by Gelson's, but it just seemed like that would be a perfect place to have the final meeting of the Ukrainian branch of the LA Cacophony Society. And I tweeted about this because one of the things that I've learned from reading Tales of the Cacophony Society and talking with the great John Law is that inclusivity is a huge part of this. So anyone is invited. And the next time you guys see any tweet related to the Ukrainian branch of the Los Angeles Cacophony Society, know that this is a real thing and not some kind of trick to try to get people just to show up at Gelson's. We were all there, and we all wore pajamas, and my friend Brendan Walsh read Tiger Woods' cheat speech, which is about an 11-minute speech. Everybody gave toasts to what the Ukrainian branch of the LA Cacophony Society has meant to them. And then we all sang Frozen together. We sang, "Do You Want to Build a Snowman?" And I don't know why it matters, but here's a clip of all of us singing together in the middle of a Gelson's wearing pajamas. We used to be best buddies, now we're not. I wish you would tell me why. Do you want to build a snowman? It doesn't have to be a snowman.
Basically, that's the part I wanted to just show you. Their beautiful rendition of "Do You Want to Build a Snowman," which I thought was wonderful. Wonderful.
Very touching.
Yes. So it is being drunk probably helps. I would say drunkenness probably plays a role in many cacophony things, although I'm no longer a drinker. So if I was to do any of these kind of events, I would just have to go straight up
Get high.
Maybe I'd get high. I don't know. Heroin I heard is good. I could try that. I don't know. So at any rate, this is their website here. This is it. Let's see. It says here, and I wanted. They can't. Why not? Why can't they see it? Oh, I see. Okay. So here, so it says here, this primer was written by Reverend Al of the Los Angeles chapter, who slavishly worked to make the L.A. Lodge what it is today. And then you can kind of go through here and you can read all of this stuff here. I'll let you. Mushrooms would be good, Mr. Franklin. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. There are no rules as to how you should proceed. Cacophony grows organically, nurtured by example. The various lodges are different, but bear a family resemblance to one another. Like families, they may squabble, envy, backstab, and inspire. If you're getting out of line, your family will let you know. If you don't like it, you can always run away. You may already be a member. We assume you're already some sort of bona fide eccentric, or you wouldn't be interested in cacophony at all. Our tagline, you may already be a member, says a lot about how we operate. So at any rate, I bring this up simply for the fact that as marketers, the definition of marketing is to raise awareness, to draw attention to oneself. And I believe that by being inspired by the Dadaist movement, by doing things that are not normal, if you will, by being more free-spirited, you can gain a lot of attention and have a lot of fun while you are at it. And so I just thought that as soon as I heard of this, I said, this is what the people of the Tool Show must learn about. This was Duncan Trussell's, here I'll show you, this was his little brochure that he made here. It said all are invited, Monday, October 3rd, final meeting of the Ukrainian branch of the LA Cacophony Society. It says wear pajamas or bathrobes. We'll tell stories of the good times our societies share, offer final toasts, and sing, do you want to build a snowman? So there you go. And you bring sleeping bags to Gelson's. So there you are. It's grown humans in pajamas and bathrobes at a bar with sleeping bags singing, do you want to build a snowman? So what do you think? Do you feel that this is, when you look at something like this, do you feel that it is a form of art, like almost like a performance art type of thing? Does this just seem childish and silly? How does this grab you?
Childish and silly.
Childish and silly.
That doesn't mean it a negative way.
Right.
You know?
So not great art. Like,
I mean, I don't know. What's some great performance art?
I know. Dada. So if, do you guys know Dada art?
Toilet.
Yep. So here, hold on. Let me just show you here. Bar Sleepover says, yes, indeed. So here is one of the most famous pieces of Dada art. This is done by Marcel Duchamp. And mind you, Marcel Duchamp is a very highly skilled artist, and this is what he calls a ready-made. I don't remember what this is called. Let me see if I can recall the name of this. It's on here. Anyways, it's just a toilet. It's a toilet, and then he did a whole series of these. He also then took a bicycle tire at one point and put it on a bench. This one, it keeps coming up, this toilet. I can't find you the other one. But at any rate, it is... Yeah, okay, yeah. Hold on. So let me see. So it says, let me see if I can get you an understanding of Dadaism. You didn't know you were coming to an art class, did you? An art movement of the European avant-garde of the early 20th century. Dada, Zurich, Switzerland, began in 1916. The term anti-art, a precursor to Dada, was coined by Marcel Duchamp around 1913 when he created his first ready-mades. Dada, in addition to being anti-war, had political affinities with the radical left and also anti-bourgeois. Specifically, the cacophonists are not political. They specifically say to not bring political or monetary baggage to this. It's like they're basically their only rules. The roots of Dada lay in pre-war avant-garde Cubism and the development of collage and so forth. Found objects, indeed. No more to come, though. They did say final, right? Well, it's interesting that you bring that up, Pamela, because at the very end he said, and now we will be launching...
It was their first one.
Well, it was the last one of that one, and then he started a new one. And he's calling it U-Blacks. So this is a new one here. It stands for the Ukrainian branch of the LA Cacophony Society Part 2 or something like that. I don't know. But I thought it was interesting to raise awareness about his new group. He started a subreddit of Reddit. I thought that was pretty clever. A pretty clever use of Reddit. We don't oftentimes talk about Reddit as a social media place. Like you might think, oh, well, I should start a Facebook group for my Cacophony Lodge. You could also start a Reddit. And I like the idea of a Reddit group because it does cater to an edgier crowd, I think. That they might be kind of into this. And he's amassed 112 readers. They're following him. I will probably follow it as well. And so then what they're going to do is they're going to talk about what their next events will be and that sort of thing. So Pam says, oh, let's see. Look, Jim Franklin, so smart. Let's look at what Jim Franklin has to participate, what he brings to the Dada information. There's a Tumblr. Holy cannoli, Mr. Franklin. Enjoying the Dada impact on Tumblr, are we? Indeed. Let's look at this. Oh, nice. The Dada movement and its influence on art. There's the one that I was talking about, that he just took a bicycle wheel and stuffed it on. It's called Bicycle Wheel. There you go. I should have. What's this one called? Fountain. Clever name. Clever name. I like it. So, and then they had visual art. Oh, I love this one. Gift by Man Ray. Look at that. There you go. Very clever. There's a guy that took a metronome and put a cutout of an eye on there. That's object intended to be destroyed. Clever, I guess. So let me ask you this. Do you feel that this is art? Now that's Basquiat. That's not Dada. I don't know why that's there. What do you think of this? Do you feel this is art?
I don't know. Yeah, sure. I don't know.
Yeah.
Define art, and I'll tell you.
I don't know what art is. I don't know. I mean, what interests me is I believe that in 100 years, 200 years, 300 years from now, maybe even 1,000 years from now, I believe they will look back on this era and say this was a golden era of creativity, innovation, art, literature. I mean, maybe it's going to, you always think it's just going to get more and more,
And clickbait. Don't forget clickbait.
And the era of clickbait, of course. It does, you should know that, when people were upset when movable type came out in 1500s with the movable type press guy, whatever, that guy, because they're like, great, now people are going to be making crap books. And they made a lot of Bibles. Why can't I remember that guy's name? You know who I'm talking about, the 1500s guy that made movable type. Same thing happened with paperback books. They're like, paperbacks are just going to ruin society because it's going to be too easy to make a book. And every time there's an element to that. There is a lot of bull crap, but then there's also another level of freedom for people to create that couldn't have created before, and their work gets out. And the same thing is true with YouTube. A lot of bullcrap, but then there are some amazing things on YouTube. Tumblr, Reddit, these things all, as the barriers keep continuing to break down, it becomes easier for people to put out swill and low, like just banal crap. You know, I will say that the paperback genre was the portal to romance novels.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just everywhere. Romance novels, and very few romance novels are considered great art.
Are you kidding me?
I mean, what do I know? Actually, I was slamming romance novels. I don't know nothing about romance novels. They could be the greatest thing ever. I don't know. So I do believe that there is that. But what I want... so my mom died. I don't mean to guilt you into that. Like, oh, Sage, your mom died. But it's been making me think bigger. And what has been making me think recently is that we have every right to consider ourselves artists. That we have every right to be creatives on planet Earth. And no one can say, oh, that's no good. Oh, that's bullcrap. That's not art. That's terrible. Which, incidentally, they do all the time on YouTube. I mean, they're called haters. But they're not legitimate. I mean, they're not legitimate. How dare they decide what is art and what isn't art? I mean, clearly, people bashed Dadaism, but it is a very important part of the evolution of art in 20th century, the history of 20th century art. I mean, you can't deny it. It's undeniable. It's an extension of Cubism, which basically was invented by Picasso, and it has a history, and and that sort of thing. And so, I think that what I wanted to point out here is that starting your own cacophony lodge. Here, I'm going to give you the primer. Oh, did I already give you the primer? No, I did give you the primer. Starting your own cacophony lodge could be the start of you expressing yourself as an artist, and all the while raising awareness about what you do. So, like Pamela Hoffman, I think this could be great for Pamela Hoffman because she's the stargazer. I can't remember her tagline, but she does astronomy. Sorry,
Second one, yep.
Yeah, astronomy. So
She might do the other too.
Maybe she does the other. That would be even better. Tarot readings while looking at the stars. Oh my God,
That's nice.
She should definitely have a cacophony lodge that they do crazy stuff, and it probably involves pajamas. I don't know. And the other thing they say is they're like, and don't feel bad about copying other lodges. They're like, that's fine. Copying is perfectly fine. You don't need to be creative. You can just be like, oh, I want to do that, and then do it. Because then it becomes creative because you did it in your town and it became your own thing. And so, and there was another thing that, actually, I don't know if I can find this or not. Woman who had her picture taken by important photographers. Okay, let me see if I can find. This was a New York Times piece that came out. I don't know if this is her. But at any rate, I'm going to look around for it, but I'll blab about it while I'm talking about it. So there was a woman who, through much of the 20th century, went around asking photographers to take her photo. And the first one was really hard because they're like, who are you? And, she was asking prominent photographers. But she then became obsessed with it. And she became obsessed with finding photographers. She found photographers that oftentimes people in the photography space didn't even know about, but were amazing. And she ended up over 25 years building this collection of photographs of herself from these really renowned photographers. And it became this very important collection of photography. And she didn't start out as being some sort of artist. She was just like, I really respect your art. I really respect you as a photographer. I would love to see what you would do with me, And it's just it's a very important collection of photography these days.
Cool.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. Would you consider starting a cacophony society? or lodge? Is that your style, or is it too weird?
It's not too weird. I just there was definitely a time in my life when I would have done that.
Yes. Yes.
I don't know that I'm at that point right at this moment.
Right.
But I mean, more power to them.
I feel like if
reminds me of like Church of the SubGenius.
Oh,
Praise Bob.
Tell me about that. I remember that. Who was that? That was not Bob Arondas.
Dr. Bob.
Dr. Bob. So what was the?
it
Do you
Dr.
remember?
Bob?
Do you remember the Church of the SubGenius? What the
Yes.
premise was? How did it all go down?
There was like some aliens. And the dude with the pipe, and they were basically just like a fake religion.
Yeah.
And
Dr. Bob Dobbs.
That's it, Bob Dobbs.
Let's look at this guy. Let's check him out. It's a parody religion that satirizes better-known belief system and teaches a complex philosophy that focuses on J.R. Bob Dobbs, purportedly a salesman from the 50s, who was revered as a prophet by the church. SubGenius leaders have developed detailed narratives about Dobbs and his relationship with various gods and conspiracies. Their central deity, Jehovah One, is accompanied by other gods drawn from ancient mythology and popular fiction. SubGenius literature describes a grand conspiracy that seeks to brainwash the world and oppress Dobbs' followers. In its narrative, the church represents a cultural reference in an elaborate mix of sources. So
this
that's
is
cool.
like, and this is like an older one.
Yeah.
I think it came about maybe in the late 80s, 90s, something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
And but yeah, essentially it was the same sort of thing though. You would get like your section of the SubGenius. You could create your own group with your friends or other people in your areas.
Oh, cool.
And as long as you praised Bob,
Yeah.
you could do whatever the heck you want, and so that just meant a lot of people getting together and being drunk and doing silly things, and festivals and stuff like that.
That's awesome.
So yeah, it's just like
Yeah.
just way of not taking life so seriously.
And I think we do that in business. Like we're like, how do I get more customers? I got to get more customers.
Well, I was on your Reddit over there.
Yeah. What did he say?
Like,
Let's see
it
if
was
I can
like-
find it.
It's that.
Oh, it's that one.
That's
I'm
it.
sorry. Okay.
So it says, "What would be a reverse Burning Man?" And I read that, and I was just like, "Oh, work." You're going to your job. I don't know what's the opposite of screwing off with a million people in the desert and doing art stuff. I don't know, coming to work.
Coming to work. Yeah. I feel like what has happened in society is, they say in like with raising kids, we taught kids how to walk and how to talk through games. We're like, ba, say dada, say dada. And you go peekaboo, peekaboo. And then we've taught them the hardest things, to talk and to walk. And then we're like, now get to work and go to school. No more fun for you. And I feel like that is not the most effective approach to the world. I think if we were able to have more fun, to loosen up, to love, to laugh, to enjoy our lives, we would probably be actually more successful in our businesses. Because people want to hang out with us more. And that's it. That's all I have to say. Are we done?
That was pretty good.
Yeah, you like it?
Yeah.
All right,
Way to
good.
wrap it up.
I love it. Liberosis. Jim Franklin. Is that an alcoholic problem? Do you have liberosis? Oh my God. I got liberosis. I hate it. All right, everybody. You guys rock. Our set is a little tilted. We're like halfway over
Don't
here.
worry about that. It's too late now.
It's over. Anyways, but I do love our lighting, except for my hat. You're right. Yeah. All right, everybody. You guys rock. You're amazing. Don't forget to tune in next week when we might talk about something actually legitimate, but I wouldn't count on it. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for coming to the Tool Show, and we will see you all next time. Wouldn't work. I pressed that button, it'd be embarrassed.
You feel good now?
I feel great.